All right, welcome everyone to episode 17.5 of Bad Rolls Good Times. If you're tuning in, if you're watching this is a YouTube only special episode with Akuma, who is unable to join the group this last Monday for their adventure. However, he's still getting in a lot of different adventures of his own while the group traveled off to the Black Cabin. And so that is where we are going to pick up. Akuma stayed behind in Goodmead after returning back from the Id Ascendant for whatever reason he chose, and has been tasked with the task to distribute some cursed Chardelin necklaces to very influential people. So it is now morning after a long rest. So you've got all your spells, you got everything ready to go. What would you like to do, Akuma?
So long rest. I guess I'll start there.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that button. Hit the wrong button. How long have I been using D&D Beyond now?
Yeah, over a year.
Yeah. So, 2 weeks in game time?
Yeah. We're not even at a week and a half yet in this game.
Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. So am I at Cyrus's house right now?
Yes, you're currently at the speaker's house.
Okay, and that the cauldron that was in the closet upstairs.
It was in the house. Yes, that was brought back from the Cauldron Caves, and was left here.
Well, I would like to search the house for the cauldron.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
I'm gonna use. I think I get to use my whatchamacallit, my wild surge to give myself advantage. Tides of Chaos, yeah, on an ability check. I'm gonna use that.
Okay.
So it's a 13 for the first one. Yeah, 13's the best we got.
Yeah. It takes you a little while. You search the house. It takes you maybe 10 minutes or so, but you do happen to find this huge, massive cauldron. Olivessa is also at the house. She's getting papers around and doing, speaker paperwork, notes and messages and things like that to Cyrus. Ronaldo, who came back to Goodmead or has come to Goodmead, is not at the house.
Well, less people to see.
And none of your compatriots are here.
So before I move the cauldron, I want to make sure, did they leave me a dog sled?
Yes.
Okay, and dogs.
Yes.
All right, didn't need Gigroth doing anything weird, stealing all the dogs. I would like to try and drag this cauldron out to the dog sled.
Okay. All right. So this cauldron, which has been pushed back into the kitchen, you are hauling it out. It's pretty heavy for one person to move, but you are able to drag it along the floor. And as you get closer to the front door, Olivessa notices you, and she says, Akuma, I didn't realize you were still here. I thought maybe you had left with the rest of the group.
Oh, no. I just have some business to attend to.
Oh, okay. Well, what are you doing with the cauldron? As I was to understand, that was supposed to stay here with the group and would be used to celebrate at the mead hall.
I'm going to cast Friends.
Okay.
On Olivessa.
All right.
Which gives me advantage on all charisma checks directed at her. And then when the spell ends, she realizes I influenced her, and she becomes hostile to me.
Okay. Does she have to make any sort of save or anything like that?
Nope. That's probably why she automatically becomes hostile.
Mm-hmm.
So no. So Cyrus, the change of plans. Cyrus needs this taken to the castle in Caerdinaval.
Oh, okay. Well, is there any particular reason why? She questions.
So the people in Caer-Denival, they've taken it on hard times, and he's trying to open up some trade routes with them and trying to, bring them into the fold. So this is a good gesture. We're taking the cauldron there, and we're going to give them some soup.
Okay. Well, that all makes perfect sense to me. Make me a persuasion check, or would this be deception? And you will have advantage. I think both are charisma based.
They are both charisma based.
You can use whichever one you want. So if you have proficiency in one and not the other, you can use that one. Whatever you'd like.
Advantage coming in clutch with that one.
Okay.
So 15.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Here, let me help you with that. Let me help you with that cauldron. And she, gets behind and she's pushing it as you lead it out the door. And she says, "When can I expect you back?"
I'm not sure. Do you know when Cyrus and the rest of the group planned on making it back?
Well, as I understand it, they went off to Bryn Shander to speak with someone named Copper at the shrine of the Morning Lord there. I don't really know what their agenda was. So
is that Copper Knob Slobber or something?
That sounds right from what I remember the note saying.
All right. Yeah, I know where they'll be then.
Okay, great. If you should I let the party know where you went if they come back before you?
I'll probably be back before them. That won't be that'll be fine.
Okay, all right. Well, sure. Yeah. Enjoy your trip to Caer-Denival.
All right, and with that and whatever belongings I had on me, I'm gonna jump on the dog sled and get out of Dodge before she realizes what's going on.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So the trip to Caer-Denival from Goodmead. Let's see. Oh gosh, that's a let's see. 8 hours. So 4 hours on 4 hours on dog sled.
All right. What time of day is it when we arrive?
They left fairly early, so I would say it's like noonish time, maybe early afternoon when you get to Caer-Denival.
Alrighty. Yeah, then I'm gonna go straight to the Caer.
Okay, so you get through town. Let me bring up the map here. Let me find my map. So you head right to the keep, and there are you are let in immediately. There's a couple of people sitting at the top of the keep. What would that be? Like the guard towers. People operating the big guard doors. You're able to let in. You're let into the snowy courtyard there, where there is the dog sled, or the dog shed. Kennel and sled storage there. There are no dogs, but you see a young boy who is kind of like cleaning things up and doing some snow shoveling and wiping down the dog shed. And there is the two big double doors that lead into the keep.
So I am going to give the dogs to the little boy, and I'm going to give him a silver.
You're back. And he sees the dogs. Oh, they look so healthy and well used. Oh, it's so good to see you again.
Have you seen Kadrith lately?
Oh, I mean, he's been around, giving me like some chores to do, but he's around. Now you could probably find him in his office.
Well, thank you. Make sure to take care of the dogs and feed them well.
Oh, I will. You see him lead the dogs into the shed, and he opens up the doors, and there's two axe beaks in there, as well. And he kennels them up. Okay. So then you head into the keep. I assume you're heading towards Kadroth's office.
Yeah, that's first level, that like center left room.
It would be the, let's see, C9 here.
It's been a long time since I've been in here.
Yes. So first level, to the left. The first room you go into is a waiting area, or like a waiting meeting room sitting area, and then behind that is his office. And when you reach to the like little meeting area, there is Klutz. Klutz is there, who is or excuse me, Thub is the guy's name. Gosh, what voice did I do for Thub?
That was the cook.
No, Thub was like, he's like the doorman essentially. He was just like, I don't know. He's a pretty throwaway character last time, but he's standing there. Hey, what can I? Hello, you here to see Kadroth?
Yes, Thub, is Kadrath in?
Oh yeah, let me see. Let me go in and see. And he turns around and he opens the door and shuts it behind him.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy and walk in behind him.
So you're like blow open the door like you usually do. Whoa!
Yes.
I was not expecting that at all. Kadroth, who is sitting down behind a desk, and he stands up. Oh, hello, Akuma. I was not expecting you. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, I've been sent on a special mission by Lord Levistus. I have a gift in the courtyard on my dog sled. There's a cauldron. It should keep all of our followers very healthy and fed well.
Ooh, a mighty gift. Well, thank you. I see you have found the light to our how does he put this? I see you have found your way. What are the words? How am I trying to say this? I see you have chosen the wise path to follow Levistus and join our ranks.
Indeed, I have.
Excellent. Well, as you know, my conversations with him happen quite frequently, and it is great to have you here, and I'm sure we will be discussing the many uses we can have. We have for you to spread our reach throughout 10 towns.
Well, I've actually already been given a mission by Levistus, and in a
What? You
dream
have?
that he came to me. Yes, I have. Bringing the cauldron here was one of his commands, and the second command he has is for you. And at this point, I'll pull the 3 pieces of Chardolin out of my pack.
And Kadroth sees him, his eyes get real wide. Where by chance did you happen upon those?
These we found. The Dwerger were hoarding them in their outpost. They've been searching all of 10 towns for Chardolin to bring to life a large, monstrous dragon made of the stuff.
You can see Kadroth. There is. Make me an insight check.
I'm not very good at these. Oh, okay. 18.
Okay, so you can see that he's giving up. Oh yes. But at the mention of a Dwergar fortress with and them making a Chardolin dragon, you can almost see jealousy in his face. Like, he's upset and jealous of the fact that you know this and you have figured this out, but Levistus has not communicated it to him. Like, there's definitely, he's very jealous of the knowledge that you have about the Dwergar situation because it's more information than what he has. Oh, yes. Well, the Dwergar, of course, yes, our primary task of disposing of them. And you have been able to accomplish that, I guess, being that you have come across these shards.
In some small number, but their plan at large still looms.
Well, we must make haste and increase our ranks if we're going to combat them, and keep this Chardolin for ourselves. Because the more they find, the less we have.
Unless we take it. But onto the pieces we do have.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way that you could make them independent for me?
Well, me, no. Unfortunately, I don't have that ability. However, there is one among us who do. Avarice could do that.
Avarice hangs out in the cistern. Avarice?
Yes. Have you met her yet?
No.
Well, she pretty much keeps to herself, keeps to her studies. But you are welcome to go down and visit her. She typically does the enchanting. She's a wizard of very, very powerful, contains very, very powerful magic, and she would be the one who could desecrate those objects for you.
Thank you, Kadra. See to it that the cauldron is unloaded from the dog sled, please.
Absolutely, I will. And you can see him stand up, and as he opens the door and motions you out, and you exit, and he follows behind, and you go your separate ways.
And then the hole to the cistern, was that the top right corner? There was a manhole.
Yes, that would be in the guard tower, in the northwestern guard tower.
Northwestern. Okay, I see the square. Yep, I'm gonna make haste for that direction.
Okay. Yes. You pass a few guards in there who are just kind of hanging out, sitting. They nod at you, and you make your way down to the cistern. And there is, of course, this like icy covered waterway. You can't make it to Avarice's room. You would have to. There's a little boat. There's like a little rowboat that you can get down to her room.
Yeah. I will get in the boat. This is very familiar to me. I'm comfortable with oars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You, with this and your nautical background, you don't even need to make any sort of check to make sure that you can navigate this or get down this waterway.
And I will stop right where the rooms branch off to the right. I guess if you're looking at it going straight down the hallway to my right. And then loop back on myself once I get off of the boat.
Okay. Yeah, so once you get off to the boat, right directly in front of you, there's frost that covers the floor of this dark 15-foot square room. And to the right and left are tunnels. You'll remember this from your familiar that checked out the cistern.
Mm-hmm.
Left and right are tunnels. Across from the entrance stands an 8-foot tall pillar of ice with a horned, pale-skinned humanoid figure trapped inside of it. The pillar is wrapped in black chains, and the wall behind it is covered in brown fungus. You definitely know this mannequin that's encased in ice is in Levistus's image.
See.
And the room as you come in, it would be the room to the right as you're walking in. So room to the west.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yep. So I will head to the west. That was all open, the lever.
Yep.
Just going back over my notes.
Yep, so you go in, and this room is the private quarters of an albino tiefling who sits at a small desk in the dark, writing in a book with white leather covers. An ink-black crow perches on one of her horns and seems to read along with her scrivening. Without taking her eyes off the page, she says, "Please get out. No disturbances at this point." As she doesn't even look up. She acknowledges a presence of someone, and she says, "No, sorry, this is not the time. I am deep in my work."
Sister Atverus, I'm sorry for the intrusion, but I have been sent by Levistus with a special task, and I need your assistance.
She hears your voice, but she doesn't recognize it. She looks up. Oh, you are not who I was expecting. Um,
I'm sorry. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Akuma.
Akuma, fellow tiefling, and you can see her pale white, like almost bleached white skin, full albino tiefling with the raven, and stands up and walks over and reaches out her hand for a handshake. And I'm Avarice. I am also a follower of Levistus, but I've made this castle as my home for my studies. What can I do for you?
At this point, I'll remove the Chardolin again from my pack and hold them out to her in open hands and say, I was hoping you could assist me in desecrating these pieces of Chardolin.
Oh, absolutely, I can do that. This is something I've done for the group several times before, as we try to increase our ranks. Here, may I see them? And she holds out her hands.
Yeah, and if it's not too much to bother, could you also teach me the desecration ritual?
Oh, that is a good question. Let me see what level spell that is.
I'll excitedly start reaching for my spell book.
Um, Bestow Curse is a third level spell.
Yeah, I don't have any of those yet.
Okay. She says I can. It will cost you the resources to learn this particular spell. So whatever it typically costs to copy a spell into a spell book.
That I don't know off the top of my head.
I think it's like some amount of gold per level. Why can I not find this? For each level of the spell, the process of copying a new spell into your spell book takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold. So it would take you 6 hours to do that, and 150 gold.
Probably not a wise use of our time today.
Okay.
Considering it's already noon.
Sure, but in the future, that is something that you could do. And you see her. Kind of. She takes them. She sets them. Clears a spot on her desk and waves her hands around them and mutters some words in infernal. And this like black aura emits from her hands and transfers from her hands onto these objects, and they glow this black momentarily before subsiding. And the whole process takes maybe how long does it take? Bestow Curse takes duration 1 minute. The whole process takes about a minute, and so after that, she looks up and says, they're done.
Do you have a preferred method for turning them into usable pendants?
You should be able to attach them to any metal chain, any necklace that you might come across or have. Should not be too difficult to find.
Well, thank you for your time today, Sister Ambrose.
Yes. You are typically with the others, a Goliath, an elf, and a human, right?
Have you met them?
I have not met them. However, I have been informed of your group.
I see.
From multiple sources. One being Levistus himself, and my gargoyles have watched over you.
Didn't you make a mention about a gargoyle flying over us at one point?
I did.
I do recall seeing one of your gargoyles.
Yes, my companions, if you will.
And Levistus also speaks to you?
Yes. Levistus sent me a message saying that you and your friends, a certain party of adventurers would help me reach my goal, and would help me in my studies and my aspirations. I believe that your party happens to be that adventuring group.
And what are your aspirations?
Well, that is a very complicated matter. You see, we were dispatched here by the Arcane Brotherhood. There were 3 of us to learn about this great power. A 4th, a necromancer, who learned about our task, decided to take it upon his own volition, out of arrogance really, to complete the task himself. The 3 of us went our separate ways after we arrived in 10 towns. I know not where the 4th is.
Do you know his name?
I believe by the name of Grand Shoop.
Hubert Grand Shoop?
This sounds right. Then you are familiar with this name.
The man tortured me for much of my youth, and he is the reason for me being the way that I am.
That sounds like Huber. Loud, arrogant. Always felt that he was better than everyone, despite being turned down by the Arcane Brotherhood.
And can I, as an aside, may I make a history check on the Arcane Brotherhood?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 7.
Okay. You just know that it's out of Luskin is where the Arcane Brotherhood makes their home. And it's a cabal of wizards. It's just a group of very, very powerful wizards.
Yes, that does sound like Hubert. He has very little care for other people, especially if he feels that they are in his way.
I'm surprised you have not had a run-in with him. If you were one of his subjects, one of his experiments, if you will, he does not like to lose track of them. I am surprised you haven't had a run-in with him, if he is indeed still in 10 Towns.
I've seen the mark of his work once before while in the Cauldron Caves, but I have not come across him personally yet.
Well, I am sure you will at some point. I tell you what. Now that now that we're on the topic of him, it would I am sure it would please the Arcane Brotherhood, and it would most certainly please me, if I, or you, or we, for that matter, could do something that he was unable to do. If we're able to do something that he was not.
I ask that you tread carefully, as I am loath to continue in his footsteps, but what is it that you ask?
Oh, no. I mean, this is more of a more pettiness out of me. He spoke when last I saw him, and this has been some time ago. He spoke of a site that he found here in Icewind Dale. A circle of giant thrones, if you will. And that it would offer a reward to those who passed the trials underneath of a full moon. He was unable to complete those trials, but he said that he made sure that no one else could. Whatever that reward is, I want it.
So what had stopped you from attempting the trials on your own?
Well, my own goals and aspirations here. Believe me, I am working on something much, much bigger than some ancient ritual of the frost giants. If you can bring me whatever that item is that he was after there, I'll let you in on my research.
So where is this Circle of Giants throne?
That I don't know. He would not divulge the location. But if it is part of Icewind Dale legend, sounds very ritualistic in nature. Perhaps speaking with a native or someone who has knowledge of the surrounding areas, maybe one of the ragged nomads, or speaking with some Goliaths or something like that, they would, I'm sure, be able to point you in the right direction.
Maybe Gigroth could be useful for this.
Ah, the Goliath in your party.
Yes.
I'm not sure if he will be of much use. His intelligence does not strike me that of yours.
If you at least wave a squirrel tail in his face, he can tell you someone else to speak to.
Avarice chuckles at that. She says, and whatever that item is that you find there, if you're able to find it, why don't you could keep it. I just want to know that you're capable of completing such a task before I let you in on the real treasure of Icewind Dale.
Well, I will try to attempt this.
Excellent. We have a deal then.
Is there anything else I can do to help your studies while I'm here?
Ask the chef if he can cook something other than knucklehead trout for once. I'm getting sick of it myself.
Well, I did just drop off a cauldron that makes soup, so maybe you can go get yourself some chili instead.
You're already proving your worth to Levistus. I can see.
Thank you for desecrating the Chardolin, and I will
You're
take the
very
pieces,
welcome.
put them in my bag.
And don't mind Gargle and Gurgle if you see them flying above you in the future.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you for your watchful eye. And I will turn to leave.
Mm-hmm.
If I poke my head back out into the cistern,
Mm-hmm.
is the wall at the far end of the cistern open or closed?
It is closed.
I would just, for out of curiosity, I would like to go pull the lever.
Okay. All right. So you walk to the other side and pull the lever. Avarice sees you do this, as it's a clear path from her office past the shrine into it. And you can see her get visibly frustrated. What are you doing? And then you hear the shouts of 4 individuals basically crawling and kind of stumbling over top of each other. Avarice says, "Oh, now you've done it. I'm gonna have to stop them again." And she stands up and walks over to where the shrine is and goes out in the cistern. What do you do?
I feel like I just want to drop the lever.
You want to close it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. You are able to you close it, and it close the you can hear a door, a mechanism on the other side of the wall, like stones and grinding gears of a large door that comes shut. And you can hear screams and crying and wailing coming from what would be the other side of the wall, the other side of that door. And Avarice, you can see Avarice like out, looking out towards the cistern, and comes back and says, "Do not do that again, mage, or we may have to break our deal."
What was that?
Those, this lever opens the door to our prisoners.
Prisoners of...
They were individuals who used to work for the previous speaker of Caer Dineval. Ones who defied the knight's takeover. So we locked them up.
I see. And you have been unable to convert them?
They are a stubborn bunch.
Well, good luck with your endeavors. I will be out of your hair now.
All right. She turns around and walks back to her studies.
And I will get in the boat.
All right. Okay. As you make it back up to the main level, kind of back into the common room in the Great Hall, you can see a couple of cultists hauling the cauldron into the kitchen area.
I'm going to follow them into the kitchen. Do I see the cook?
Yeah, he's in there.
I'm going to walk up to him, and I'm gonna like grab some water nearby, whatever, and demonstrate to him how the cauldron works.
Oh, sure. Whoa. So you pour some water in. You do the hand wavy thing around the rim of it, and it starts to heat up and boil. And the water magically turns to this stew. Well, I'll be damned. Oh my, this is. I wish I had one of these all the time.
Well, it is yours to use as long as you serve Levistus.
Levistus, huh? Well, better, better to serve him with this in this life than not have a life at all. So I will be sure to make good use of this cauldron.
I'll say thank you as I pat him on the shoulder and turn to leave.
Okay.
I would like to go back to the dog shed and maybe do the axe beaks travel as fast as the dogs?
Yes, but they can't pull. They can't pull a sled behind them.
Trying to figure out if I want a sled or not. I feel like an axe beak would make me. I wouldn't stand out as much on the road, but the sled would probably be more useful. We'll just go ahead and take a dog sled.
Okay. All right. Where would you like to head?
I would like to do off the top of my head. Do I know like any jewelry shops or anything like that, or somewhere that I could find like a chain to make pendants?
Let's see here. In Caer Dineval, no. The closest would probably be East Haven.
Is there anything like that in Bryn Shander?
Oh, there definitely would be in Bryn Shander.
Then I guess we will head to Bryn Shander.
Okay. All right. The Black Iron Blades, which is a smithy and outfitter, would be the place to go. So another 6 hours, five and a half hours travel time from Caer Dineval to Bryn Shander. You make it there. You make it to Bryn
Like
Shander.
7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I will attempt to find the Black Iron Blades.
Yep. Yeah, you've been there before. That is where you purchased the axe beaks from.
Oh no. Before I go in, I'm going to use Disguise Self.
Okay.
And just make myself look like a nondescript woman.
All right.
And that was a first level spell, just so you're aware.
Okay.
As I walk in the store, does my disguise hold up?
Make me a deception check.
17.
Okay. Well, welcome, welcome, young woman. Please come in. We're just about getting ready to close up for the night, but please come in.
I'm sorry to bother you. As I pull out the Chardolin, I was just hoping you'd have some goods that would help me make some pretty jewelry out of these rocks that I found.
Oh, absolutely, I could do that. What exactly are you looking for? Are you looking for some chains? Are you looking to get it, set in something? Some maybe a nice what's it called? Like an encasing or something for it, I guess it would be.
A chain and a setting would suffice.
All right. Let's see here. Sources, Player's Handbook.
The D&D looking things up.
Yep. Trinkets. Services. Items, food and drink, lifestyle, trade goods. Well, Well, certainly. Was there anything you wanted this made out of? Are you just silver, gold, something maybe a bit more ornate?
Just silver or gold would be fine.
Okay. Well, a pound of silver is 5 gold pieces. I would say that that would more than suffice um, for a couple of necklaces and settings. So I would say 5 gold gets you covered.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm sorry for holding you up.
Oh, no problem. This was you made this very very easy. These are going to be a beautiful beautiful necklaces for yourself or maybe a daughter or mother or something.
I have some friends that I plan on giving them to.
Very 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 kind of you. Very nice gift for them.
Oh yes.
Okay.
And with that, 7 o'clock at night, I should probably. How much time do I have? Not to like metagame, but how long?
Well,
Or does it not matter? I run it by myself as long as I need.
they got to. I mean, you can run. You can run as long as you want. Let's see. It took them 4 to get to Bryn Shander, and then 4 out into the wilderness. Couple hours there and 4 back. So you probably have 4 or 5 hours.
How long do you think it would take me to place these the Chardolin in the chains?
The smithy could do that. They could do that for you right
they
there.
did that already.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so with that I will take them. About what time is it now? How long did it take him?
Oh, not too long, like a half hour or so.
I am going to head to Targos yet.
Okay. An hour away.
And when I get to Targos, I would like to go to the Three Flags Sailing to get a room.
The tavern or the Luskan Arms is the inn.
Oh, the Luskan Arms is the inn.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So I will go to the Luskan Arms.
And if you remember, so you walk in, you walk into the Luskan Arms, and the site there is, it's a pretty body, there's lots of traders and people, talking and whatnot in the common room, and you see the site that you've seen before. You see Nerth, Max Sildinar, and his tiefling bodyguard slash I don't know, what do you want to say, head of security, the militia leader, kind of making the rounds and shaking hands and schmoozing with everyone there.
As I walk in, I will try to nonchalantly bump into Nerth. I'm sorry to bother you at such an hour, speaker, while you are spending your leisure time. But may I bother you for a conversation?
Sure. What can I do for you?
Well, I've recently learned from a friend that you are looking for Cyrus Pipeblower.
Are you still disguised as the woman?
How long does disguise self last? I feel like I should be still, but I don't think I re-upped though, because it's an hour. Pretty sure it's an hour that it lasts.
Okay.
Yeah, it lasts for 1 hour, so I would have had to re-up. I'll just go in as myself. I'm not going to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just go in as myself. Probably the biggest mistake I've made.
I'm trying to remember what run-ins you've had with him or
the Zentarum at Goodmead, where one of them got away. But I was disguised as Cyrus.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. So you say to Nerth, you say you're looking for a I understand you're looking for a Cyrus pipe blower.
Yes.
And he says, well, he kind of like checks around him and says, well, I don't really know exactly what you're talking about, but I tell you what, I've got a few smaller meetings here. Why don't you head upstairs and my room's the big one on the third floor. If you would just hang out outside there for a few moments, I'll be happy to speak with you in a minute. Will that be all right?
Yes, I can wait.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. I'll be sure to see you in a bit.
I would, as I'm like walking up, I would like to cast Find Familiar to make a spectral spider.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of have it like hanging out, like on the ceiling, watching the steps for
Mm-hmm.
when they come, and just I would like to keep an eye out on how many people he's bringing and their demeanor.
Okay. You can see him do a lot more schmoozing for about another 10 minutes or so, just making the rounds to the tables. And after that, you can see he comes back up and he says, will you please join me in my chambers?
Um, and I'm gonna have like the spider like crawl under the door. Does the spider see anything?
The spider crawls under. Well, what sort of state is Akuma in when you're controlling it? Like, do you like? Is
Oh
it
yeah,
like
you're
you
right.
like?
I go like full on weird.
Yeah, do you
Yeah,
like black out your eyes like
yeah,
glaze over and whatnot?
yeah. Never mind. Can't do that right now. So, all right. I will go into the room blindly.
With them?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this room. It's a pretty big room. It's all. There's a nice little table there, some plush chairs, sitting in. You can also see, some cages, 3 cages. One of them has a winged serpent in it. The other 2 are currently empty.
Are those native to Icewind Dale?
And they get inside, and the armored tiefling, Skoth, closes the door, and then Nerth says, I don't know who you are or what you want, but you come bearing the name of one who's caused me much trouble. Speak your peace.
Well, first off, and I'm going to pull out the Chardolin. Um, as a sign of goodwill, I've brought these pieces of Chardolin. I'm sure you're aware of its magical abilities and in the price of it. As a gesture of good faith, I would like you to have these.
Mm. I do not accept gifts from someone I know so lightly.
Well, would it make you feel better if I told you I've been following Cyrus for the last week, and I could tell you where he is currently?
And how do you know that? How do you know that I am looking for him?
How would I know? Well, after your friends had tried to take out Cyrus at Goodmead, a survivor was found and interrogated, and he gave you up. And after that, Cyrus told us of his terrible deeds in Waterdeep.
In good
I'd been on the
mead.
fence about him for some time, but that was all I needed to turn coat on him.
Hmm. when you say that they were after Cyrus, are you speaking about the incident with the assassin, or are you speak? This is me, the DM, asking. Are you speaking?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, not the smashing beehives incident.
No, not the smashing beehives. The assassination attempt in Goodmead.
Okay.
After that.
Okay. Nerth says, I can assure you that I do not know what you're talking about. That being said, you are like straight up calling him out on his Zent bullshit. Like, gosh.
Well, I apologize for being so forward, you speaker. If I have offended you, please forgive me. Do you happen to know anyone that this information could be of use to, though? And I will be out of your hair for the night.
He says, I do not know whom this information is for, but I accept your gift. One question, though. If you are turning your back on this Cyrus individual, why?
Well, he lied to the people of Goodmead to take power there. Since taking over as speaker, he's done nothing good for the town. He's largely forgotten his duties as speaker. And then to find that he left his friend to die in Waterdeep after having crossed the Zentarum. This is no friend of mine, and I do not wish to make enemies with the Zentarum.
And you believe that you come to me with this information as opposed to, let's say, Miss Duvessa Shane, the leader of the Council of Speakers.
Yes. Well, I don't think Duvessa would make good use of this information. As good of use as you would, sir.
Fair enough. And where might one be able to find Cyrus?
Well, according to his hand, he will be in Brinchander sometime within the next day or so, if he's not there already.
Thank you. Your name?
Akuma.
Thank you, Akuma. Your gift is very nice. Let's see here. Are these ordinary, ornate necklaces? Shall I give one to my mistress, or?
I would keep them for yourself and your captain. They have a wonderful blessing on them that grants you resistance to the cold.
You are not wearing a necklace currently, right?
No,
okay.
I'm not.
Okay. While he says, I will. He kind of chuckles and smirks a bit, and says, "Thank you. You may be on your way now."
Thank you, speaker, and I will see myself out.
Okay. All right. Anything else you would like to do?
We're well into night at this point.
Yes.
Don't really want to sleep here.
Okay.
I'm going to get the dogs, and I'm going to head back to Brinchander.
Okay.
Try to find Cyrus and the rest of the group at the House of the Morning. What is it? House of the Morning Star?
House of the Morning Lord.
Yeah, House of the Morning Lord.
Okay. You make it to the House of the Morning Lord. The front door is locked. So this would be well into the night.
Do I see any signs of the group? Any signs of forced entry here?
Nothing of that nature.
Could I make it across town and sleep in the stables?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the dog sled to the stables, and I'm going to. What time of night is it now?
Oh, it's got to be 9-10 p.m. I would say by the time you're in Bryn Shander and move around and check things.
I will attempt a long rest at this point.
Okay.
And try to wake up in the morning to head off the group at the gate.
Okay. All right. That is where we will end the session tonight. About what was that? About an hour or so?
Yeah, pretty close, spot on to an hour.
Cool.
So.
Cool. Yeah, so that's going to be it. That was Akuma's adventure while the rest of the group was at the Black Cabin. Thank you everyone for watching here on YouTube. As always, you can find us every single Monday night at twitch.tv/badrolls_goodtimes. You can find all of the links down below to our Twitch page, our Discord, and on Twitter as well. You can follow us there. Thank you all very, very much for watching. See you later.
See you guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble.